Hey, my lovely people, welcome back to yet another week where I'm bearing some great job leads for you this week. Okay, we're going to start off with a premier company by the name of GE Appliances. If you do not know them, you have been living under a rock. All right, they literally are the ones who manufacture so many appliances that we use today, like refrigerators, stoves, ovens, all kind of things, microwaves, everything you can think of appliance-wise, they kind of create. So let's get right into the opportunity that I had with them. The very first opportunity that I had with them is the owner service agent. It's the inbound customer service role, and it is fully remote. Now, here is the actual job ID for this role. It is full-time. You do have to reside within these 10 states. So keep that in mind when applying. If you do not live within those states, do not fret. I have other positions that are not specific to certain states, okay? And they're fully remote. So make sure you stay tuned so you can see all of the roles that I go through and you don't miss anything within this video. So moving down, we're just going to get into the logistics of this actual role and some of the duties of what you'll be getting into within this actual role. So the very first thing you will be going through is 8 weeks of training. And then after that, you will be using window-based programs. So like your Microsoft, your Word, your things like that. The gist of this role is taking inbound phone calls. You'll also be responding to customers via fax, email, chats, and responding to written inquiries and things of that nature. They also do have here that you will need to follow the established guidelines of the customers that call in. You'll also be looking throughout systems to create, update, and retrieve records and logging different information based on what your resolution is for the phone call that you're on. You'll also be very pivotal in providing feedback based on the calls that you're getting and the inquiries that you're getting. You'll be providing feedback to the quality and training department to help them provide different types of trainings on the different type of phone calls that you're getting in and provide and also update training materials. You'll be supporting a lot of the business inquiries as they come in. And then moving down to the actual requirements that you need for this job, they do have here that you will need a high school diploma or a GED. 2+ years of sales or service experience is desired. It is not a requirement. If you have it, it is a plus. If you do have the 2 years of sales or service experience, it is a plus, but it is not required. So always remember that when applying to these specific positions. They also do have here that you have to have a passion for customer service and problem solving. You will need to be organized and have really great organizational skills. You'll need to also be able to multitask and critical think, right, and get to that next level, really pay attention to detail, those kind of things. You'll also need to be able to understand and know how to prioritize tasks based on the task that you're given. They do also have here that you will have to be able and have the ability to adapt to change easily, and that they would like you to be flexible and being able to work really independently on your own. They also do show that you will need to have excellent written communication skills, have really great typing ability, and just knowing how to navigate between multiple different screens and online applications. And they also do have here just being a good listener and being able to resolve issues as you get phone calls in. Within customer service and sales, a lot of the job, I would say 85% of the job is listening, being able to then come up with resolutions to resolve problems. So definitely keep that in mind. They also do have here being able to diffuse and deal with difficult, irate customers and being able to bring them down and really get a resolution to them. Being punctual, being dependable, of course, showing up for work on time, not calling out a lot, those kind of things. Also, being a team player is something that they have here, and they do also have that you do have to have the ability to communicate effectively in English as well. So moving down to they do have here some information regarding the remote work from home environment that you need. You'll need a quiet area that's designated for you to be able to work. You'll also need that hardwire internet, not like a Wi-Fi box or something like that. You need hardwire internet with a router. All right. So keep that in mind as well when you do go to apply. Now moving down, and it just gets into some information about GE. They're, an equal opportunity employer and things of that nature, their culture and things of that nature. All right. So definitely, if you're interested in this role, once again, this is the owner service agent. It's the inbound customer service role. It's fully remote. Here's the job ID, and you would come here and you would apply here. Now let's get into my next role with GE. And this one is more of a managerial role. This is the remote senior area sales manager. This is specifically within the air and water department, and this one is specific to the Gulf Coast region. Now, if you're not in that region, they do have this role available all over. So you just have to go on and look for the specific one in your region. So they have West Coast, they have Northeast. So they have this position in multiple different regions. So definitely check into this if you do have more of those team lead skills, supervisor skills, and you're looking for a managerial role. All right. And or if you do have years of experience, you can still apply for a managerial role because they do show that you kind of know how to do sales and things of that nature. So this is a full-time remote role. And here's the job ID for this one. And moving down, just getting into some of the specifics about this specific role. So within this role, you will be responsible for all aspects of sales within your region. All right. So that includes recruiting new people, building business partnerships with wholesale distributors, and things of that nature. So wholesale distributors might be somebody like Target or Lowe's or, Home Depots, those kind of places where they would actually buy the appliances wholesale and then sell them at a retail price. All right. So you will be managing customer experience as well as driving sales. So you will have a sales team and really be responsible for increasing sales within your region. So moving down to some of the more specific information regarding this job, you'll be in charge of training your team on selling GE appliances to existing customers and new customers, right? So if they're only getting a certain set of appliances now, you'll be wanting to get somebody in there to try to sell them on more appliances and more products. You'll also be identifying and pursuing new business opportunities, like finding new clients. They also do have here just executing and achieving sales and margin operation plans and, bringing sales in the door, driving profitable sales. You'll also be preparing and delivering training on products and presentations regarding the GE appliances that you're trying to sell. And don't worry, they will train you on all of their products, their whole entire product portfolio, and showing you all the different specs on their products so you can go into clients and talk intelligently about the products. You'll be resolving customer issues. It does also have here that traveling may be required based on where the customer sits. So do keep that in mind. They also do have for this specific job that relocation assistance may be considered as well. So they will help you move if need be. And moving down to the actual requirements for this job, because this is a managerial job, you will need a minimum of 5 years of relative sales experience. Definitely having that sales attitude of not giving up, but it's a numbers game. Definitely that attitude and mind frame. They do also have here a bachelor's degree or equivalent experience, and that equivalent experience would be like the 5 years of experience. The great thing that I do like about this job is you don't have to have been a manager or a supervisor or a team lead before. You can actually just have the 5 years of experience in sales and still apply and get this manager's job. Right? So if you're looking to up level your career and you have not had managerial skills or duties prior to now, but you do have the 5 years of experience, definitely hop over and apply for this position. Now, moving down into some of the preferred qualifications, they do want you to have previous plumbing or HVAC industry sales experience with vendors or distributors. Now, this is preferred. It is not a requirement. It is a plus if you do have it, but you do not necessarily need it. If you do have experience in developing and implementing sales, growths, and plans to grow sales, that's also a plus. If you do have experience in building strong, long-lasting relationships with customers, management, and peers, that's also a plus. And if you're really proficient in communicating, doing presentations, being organized, and being able to negotiate really well, that's also something that they're looking for. That is a plus. But once again, it is not required. Now, if neither of these roles actually align with you or your background, definitely still stay tuned. I have other roles that I am going to go over. Also, make sure that you're a part of the family by subscribing to the channel, turning that bell notification on so you can be notified every single time I drop a new video with new roles. I do drop new videos each and every week, and I definitely want to make sure that you're a part of the community and that you don't miss a role that would be so great for where you want to go in your career right now, your lifestyle goals, right? That really fits within your lifestyle and that is lucrative in the amount of money that you're looking for. So definitely make sure you become a part of the tribe by subscribing and clicking that notification bell and clicking all so you can be notified and you don't miss anything. All right, so once again, this role is a remote senior area sales manager role. This is within the Gulf Coast region, and let me remind you, they do have this role all over, so make sure you definitely look into those other roles if you are not in the Gulf Coast. This, once again, is the job ID for this role. So definitely, if you're interested and this really aligns with you, come over and you would apply here. Now, moving over to my next role. This role is with a company by the name of 180. All right. 180 is an insurance broker in the United States. So they're the middleman between consumers or customers and the insurance company. They help facilitate the insurance. Brokers normally also do have access to a whole slew of different insurance companies that can fit their customers' needs. So think of them as that, all right, just that, a broker. Now, the first role that I do have with 180 is the claims coordinator role, all right? Here is the job ID for this specific role. And just moving down, we're going to get right into some of the responsibilities in a job summary. So within this role, you will be responsible for basically being able to respond to inquiries that you get in about claims, all right? So you'll be analyzing, researching claim issues and also complex, difficult issues and being able to provide callers and customers with the statuses of claims currently. You'll also have to comprehend very complex workflows, policy certifications, and policy provisions, okay? So really understanding an insurance policy, they will train you on this, but being able to understand an insurance policy, co-pays, deductibles, things like that. You'll also be reviewing and processing minimum required claims documents. So it may be like medical notes, or you might need a prescription from the doctor that said a person can get an MRI. Those are like minimum medical requirements that you need with a medical bill to be able to process the claim appropriately. Also, it does have here just being able to review and release accurate benefit payments based on the policy and all of the things that go behind the policy, like the Medicare fee schedules and things of that nature. You'll also be documenting your phone calls and your inquiries in a claim system. So like such and such call today about this claim, I advise, those kind of things, okay? You'll be a part of the customer service team and you will be receiving inbound calls and answering them based on the way that you get them. And you will be analyzing and researching issues that are received from the customer service team via the call tracking system. All right, so that's a system that they do use. Now, the minimum requirements that they do have here is just having effective time management skills, being able to work independently, being really interpersonal, being able to really write and have oral communication skills really well. Also, understanding Microsoft Office programs, so your Word, your Excel, your PowerPoint, just the minimum basics of how to maneuver in an actual computer. And then also the ability to multitask and have strong organizational skills. All right. Now, it does just go into some information about the actual company here, just giving you more information about them. But if you are interested in this specific role, you would just come here and you would apply here. This is very entry level, and I do like the fact that they do not require any educational or experience background. They're going to train you up. So this is really great for anyone who's looking for something entry level and they're looking for something remote. Okay. So once again, this is the claims coordinator role, and here is the actual job ID. Now, the second role that I do have with 180 is the underwriting role. Now, for this role, you will need more experience within insurance and understand what underwriting is to apply for this role. If you do not have that experience, that is completely fine. Just look at the previous role. And I do have another entry-level role that I will be going over after this specific role. Okay, so definitely stay tuned for that. Now, this role is the underwriting role, and here is the actual job ID for this role. Moving down, we're just going to get into the logistics of this actual role. Now, you will be working in the underwriting department, and that department is basically the department that creates the policies for customers. So they do have here that you will be working with a multitude of different customers in the US and the UK, all right? You will be completing policies for commercial and personal lines of business. So that can be anywhere from commercial, like building insurance, all the way down to life insurance and medical insurance and things of that nature. Okay. So some of the things that you will be doing is looking at the policies that they're requesting, submitting that information, reviewing to see if it's declined or providing quotes to the customers. You'll also be making necessary interactions with the carriers and the insurance sales producers of the carriers to determine pricing, coverages, exclusions, and things of that nature. You'll also be doing audits, looking at policies, seeing what you can underwrite, right? So what policies you can give and what policies you cannot give based on what the actual customer is requiring and asking. You'll also be following up on open quotes. So if you give somebody a quote and they don't respond within a certain amount of time, you'll be also following up with them to see if they still want the insurance. All right. Now, moving down here to the actual requirements for this role, they do have 3 to 5 years of insurance underwriting experience is required. And also 1 to 2 years of wholesale distribution experience is strongly preferred. It's not a requirement, but if you do understand how wholesale distribution works, that's a plus. Okay. You must also understand underwriting and how to really review and analyze risk and loss. That's how underwriters really are able to write policies. They have to also understand risk of providing so many policies, providing different coverages on policies, things of that nature. They also are looking for someone that does have experience with understanding deductibles, reinsurance, co-payments, things of that nature. And you do have to be proficient in the Microsoft Office products like Word, Outlook, and Excel. That is required. Okay, so just coming down, it does state that the pay range is anywhere between $41,000 to $52,000 plus commission per year. All right. So definitely keep that in mind when applying for this remote position. Then it gets into some information once again about the company, but this is the underwriter position with 180, and here is the actual job ID. Now, moving over to my next role, this role is with a company called Alorica. All right. Alorica is a company that provides customer service to a slew of different industries and providers. So the role that I have with them is a remote CSR infotech provider role. Now, moving down, this is a full-time remote position. Okay. Within this position, you will be helping to resolve client and customers' inquiries and concerns. You'll be assisting customers with issues based on different inquiries that you get regarding products and services. You'll also be documenting calls as well as updating customer information as necessary. You'll be upselling current customers as well on new or enhanced services. Now, the requirements for this role is that you do have a high school diploma or GED. If you do have customer service experience, that is a plus, but it is not necessarily needed. You also will need strong computer navigation skills. So just being able to move between screens, understanding Microsoft Office applications like your Word, your Excel, your PowerPoint, things of that nature. Also having really great oral and written communication skills, being able to listen and comprehend what somebody is calling about so you can resolve their issues, being professional and being customer oriented. All right. So those are the requirements. Now they do have here for your work environment that you will have ongoing usage of a phone and computer systems. They also want you to be in a private residence with a designated work environment and space. All right. They also want you to have the actual hardwire broadband internet connection, not like a Wi-Fi box, but definitely being able to have that broadband internet connection. You'll also need a USB headset. So keep that in mind. Some of the other benefits that they do have here is you will be entitled to their comprehensive plans, which is the health, the dental, the vision coverage. You'll also be eligible for a healthcare savings account. You do get up to 21 days of PTO time off, which is really great. That's just about a month of PTO time off. You'll also be eligible for paid holidays and sick time. You will also be eligible for their 401k retirement plan, and they do also match it. You'll also be eligible to participate in their leadership programs, all right, to become a part of the leadership team. So that's great. I love jobs who really introduce being able to move up in your career within that same job. You also do get paid training and tuition reimbursement, employee discount programs like groceries, travel, insurance, phone plans, health and wellness, and pet supplies, which is phenomenal. They also do have an employee assistant program, and you do also get additional voluntary benefits as well. So their benefit package is really, really, really great and complex. So that's great for anyone who wants to apply. They do have next steps here, which is just apply for the position by placing an application, right? Complete an online assessment. Their team will review your application, and then if you're selected, you will move forward. So I do like that they do give you steps on the actual hiring process. Now, they do have state specifics for this specific role, and these are the states here, okay? So definitely keep that in mind when applying. If you're interested, you would come down and you would apply here. And once again, this role is the remote CSR Info Tech provider role with Alorica. All right. So if none of these roles really align with you or your background, definitely check out my previous videos where I highlight other roles, and make sure you're a part of the family so you don't miss out on future videos that I do post regarding new roles that might align with you, your background, and your career goals much better. Here we are, a community and a family really thriving for greatness and really wanting to make sure that you get the job of your dreams that really pays you well and really fits within your lifestyle that is fully remote, okay? So definitely make sure you becoming a part of the family by subscribing to the channel, clicking that notification bell to all so that you can be notified every single time I release a new video. I do release new roles and new videos each and every week, so we do not want you to miss out. So make sure you're a part of the tribe, okay? And until next time, make sure you continue to thrive and you continue to reach for greatness. I will see all of you guys in the next one. Bye.